We're going to hear Loopy snoring the
Do we want to get him out of here or
No,
do we
he's
let
good.
him
He's
rock?
valid.
Loopy's here.
Loopy's here. Ready?
All right.
And rock. What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Jimmy Oaks podcast, brought to you by Talk to Me Nice Studios. And we've missed a couple podcasts, and I'll tell you what, it has left me heartbroken because I want to deliver for you guys. But the last couple weeks down here has been absolutely ungodly busy, which is good. Busy's good. But
we could talk about it.
We could talk about it, exactly. But today we're here with the boys. We got Stevie, of course, RJ, and we got D. Burt, Derek Burton, Bootleg Tune.
Let's go.
He's back. He's back.
back.
He's back.
And so we got Derek here not as like maybe a prime person to interview today, but you are here to add to the conversation because, you know, we all mesh really well.
He banters with the boys with the best of them.
Big banter boys. So I was really nervous. I wouldn't even have time to do this week, but we had time. We realized this morning because we got good success yesterday on the S15. We're ahead of schedule. Boom. D. Burt, not tuning for once. He's here.
I'm here in the flesh.
In the flesh.
The universe aligned. Yes. So welcome. So thank you guys for being so patient for this podcast, and I really appreciate you guys listening. So today we're gonna do our thing. We're gonna banter. We got some Patreon questions. You guys, anything you want to talk about? Maybe we'll hound Derek Burton for his deepest, darkest secrets, and then we'll go from there.
I'm with it. Open book, baby. Open book.
And then RJ is here. Might add a comment or two.
Probably more than Ant.
Yeah.
RJ's around. He's here.
He's here. So, boys, shop updates, right? That's how we start this. Usually we get into that. So, you guys have been watching the videos, so you know last week was all about getting the damn coupe ready for the the LZ
The clean
Culture LZ
drift party thing, which was crazy. It was like 108 degrees outside.
Ungodly.
You couldn't physically be in the bare heat or the bare sun, but yeah, it was still packed, which was nuts. So anyone, if you guys are listening, you were out there, I applaud you. Thank you guys for coming out and supporting. That was a commitment.
Yeah, you guys are gangsters for that. I was after that. I was shot that day. I took a shower and I needed like a day and a half.
You know, it's like
to get back.
The post sun shower, that nap hits different, right?
Oh yeah.
It's so good.
You sleep well.
Well,
Yeah. It was good. It was a good time, but it was hot. That's for sure.
That's you photosynthesizing.
so we spent the whole so at the competition, right? The one we went to India for, my clutch disc welded itself to the flywheel. You guys saw that.
It was sick.
Which is nuts because I didn't even notice it was slipping. So that means that thing must have been like really trying to hold itself together. Mm-hmm. But the whole back of the flywheel is blue, which means that flywheel at one point must have been glowing red. Think about that.
Yeah.
The flywheel in my engine that spins up to 7,400 RPM was glowing red. Crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Glued my clutch to it, whatever. So we got it back. We had a week to get it together. Took it all apart. Boom, got the parts. The internal slave let go on me at the LZ comp. And I feel bad because I feel like a lot of people are getting a bad rap on the CD because of that, right? Because I kind of it's not that I made a big deal about it. I think the whole situation itself made a big deal about it.
Yeah.
And I feel really bad, especially when I have like a supporting company like Fish Racing who made my adapter kit. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want anyone to think their product is bad. It's a great product, but things in motorsports happen. You can spend all of the money in the world on all the perfect parts, and sometimes things just fail.
Dude.
That car is also getting beat.
Yeah.
Beat.
My entire life is failing the best parts money can buy.
Exactly. So I try really hard to make sure people know that because I don't want anyone to because I get DMs all the time like, you should have just went dog box by now. I'm like, bro, why would I spend 12 grand on a trans when my setup is mint and works?
Yeah.
We just had
I think it's impressive how long it lasted for every time you did drive the car. It doesn't go on the street anymore. That car just goes to the track, is at 7,400 RPMs.
the whole time.
This nonstop.
Banging gears. So
Yeah, you can't be mad at that.
can't be mad at that. CD's good trans, internal slave, she let go. We're good. They sent me the superseding part number now because the one I had was like 3 years old and they upgraded. It has a bigger, beefier bearing, which is sick because as you saw, that other bearing was kind of dinky. You saw that.
No, I didn't look at it.
Well, you saw it. It was bad. So got that in there, whatever. New flywheels in. We're going to get it together probably tomorrow morning and we'll be good to go. And then boom, back to it, boys.
Sick.
I have a question.
Let's hear it.
So when you guys took out the throwout bearing, I heard you and Spoon speaking about shimming, about doing some shimming to it. And would that have possibly prevented or helped what had happened? Because you took off material when you surfaced.
So something happened where the internal cylinder was actually spinning where it shouldn't have. Okay. So the whole hyperextending and popping out was one issue.
Yeah.
But the whole inner cylinder spinning and actually destroying the inner seals is a whole nother issue.
Oh, okay.
So shimming puts the entire throwout bearing, the throwout bearing slave cylinder combo, puts it closer to the clutch.
Yeah.
So you don't have to actually engage it as far, and that's why you would shim.
People just do that just immediately, or do they only do that
So
when
I
it's, like, something happens?
right now, like since everything's kind of meant for OEM parts, right? So it's their flywheel, and you're supposed to use a OEM fitment clutch.
Yeah.
And their bell housing is made for that combo. So they said they've tested using different shims, and they said they didn't see much of a benefit by throwing portions of millimeter shims in there.
Gotcha.
And so, but there's certain setups where, you know, I know higher end horsepower cars where clutches get very custom and stuff like that. You have to physically shim it. Like you have to put your trans on, take a feeler gauge to your slave and take it back off, shim it, put it back together.
Right.
Gotcha.
So I wouldn't be opposed to that, but according to Fish Racing, they've never had to do it. They've never needed it.
So we're listening to Fish.
Listen to Fish. I mean, they sold thousands of those kits.
Yeah.
It's just somehow for me,
It happens.
it
right?
happens. That one
Motorsports.
when I rebuilt the slave. Hey, it could have been my fault. I rebuilt the slave. It's a very simple process. You pull a seal, you push it back in.
I mean, if it spun the slave on the slave tube of the tranny, the bearing must have seized.
Exactly. That's so. I don't know what happened. If I might have damaged it installing it. I've installed a million throwout bearings in my life, but maybe I partially damaged it. It's just little dinky roller bearings. But I'll tell you what, most throwout bearings are pretty high impact bearings. Like I've smashed some throwout bearings in my life.
I mean, think about OEM throwout bearings. They'll go 300K. You won't even know.
Won't even know. This one, it might have just been.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a really thin bearing. I could see why they upgraded. Like if you look at the new bearing for the superseding part number,
Yep.
it is almost 3 times the size.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Well, I mean, clearly it must have identified some kind of issue.
If there's now a superseding part number, yeah. Because when I had to, for mine, when I got the throwout bearing, we had to source the parts from Titan, and they had a hard time finding. That's how long it's been. 3 years. They already moved past that.
Right.
So yeah. But yeah, there's a throwout bearing talk. So I just don't want people to get a bad rap on this whole setup. I think it's great. It's just part of the process, and it sucks that this one little part leads to a dramatic effect that makes it seem like there's way more wrong than there actually is. Right?
Yeah.
This is situational.
Yeah. I mean, if your toe hurts, you can't walk. Right?
Right.
Boom.
Wow.
It's just a toe, baby.
There you go.
But you ain't walking. It's a
You
big
ever
deal.
lose one of your toenails?
No, I never lost. You've lost a toenail.
Yeah, I have lost
Toenail?
It's horrible.
It sucks.
Like the whole thing ripped off.
I got some that are on the verge.
Yeah.
nah, they're not on the verge. but
Big
like,
Steve's feet. You don't want to see those.
Stevie, we're gonna go get pedicures.
I want to get a pedicure. I want to get my joints soaked. I gotta get some antifungal. I don't have like stinky feet though, but they're not the most aesthetically.
They're not the
pleasing.
cleanest of the cut.
Moving forward.
the topic of today.
You won't be a foot model anytime soon.
I will not be a foot model anytime soon. Socks with flip flops is my swag.
Yeah, I see you.
Sorry,
Stevie
Spoon's texted me.
Steez, what's Spoon talking about?
He probably finished a subframe. Actually, we could talk about that. Would that be too much of a spoiler to talk about Spoon? I don't think so. Whatever.
I
Is it
wanna
too
know.
far in advance?
I was waiting to talk to you about it off camera.
No, we'll talk on. We'll talk on.
let's talk
So
about it.
let's have this talk.
So there's 2 roles that need to be filled here greatly, right? Because as you know, your boy's way too thinned out, and I want to do more. And the way to do more is to get more help, right?
Exactly.
So we have 2 roles that need to be filmed. Film editor, we talked about this,
Yep.
and we have something in the pipeline. And then I need another, I wouldn't say me, but another shop hand that is self-proficient, right? Ant's great, but he's still young and he's got a lot to learn.
Right.
And for his age, he's
killing it.
He's killing it. I'm very proud of him. But we need someone that, like, I'm very meticulous with builds. If you look at my builds, no one else turns bolts on my car. Like, Ant will have, like, help me throw together subframes and, like big bolt stuff. But, like, at the end of the day, every build I have, I'm putting every hose clamp on. I'm measuring every line. I'm doing all the tolerance. I'm doing everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And so to give some of this up is going to be hard because it's just always been almost a pride thing.
Yeah.
And a trust thing.
That's definitely
sure.
a trust thing for sure.
It's a big trust thing,
trust
right?
thing, yeah.
And to find someone that you could trust to do that, plus having a creativity aspect to it where I could be like, hey, I need a bracket to mount this intercooler. Something that would take like 4 hours. It's not hard. It's just tedious. Something I can't do on camera because 4 hours is a lot of
Yeah,
time.
if you grinding
You're
a
dead.
bracket, nobody cares.
No one cares, right? I mean, it's a sick part of a video, but I can't film a whole video by making a bracket. Boom, put a Spoon on that. That person. But coming to it, Spoon has kind of proven himself to be. Well, we always knew Spoon was that guy.
Oh yeah, for
but
sure.
but
We
it
like
just
Spoon a lot.
we love Spoon. I mean, obviously we talked about finding someone who matches with the group is a big deal. we spend so much damn time together, especially being active together because of the camera.
Yeah.
Making sure they mesh well is huge. And there's a lot of talented people out there, but making sure they mesh well is good. And Spoon's a good dude. You've known Spoon for what?
I've known Spoon for, if it was less than 10 years, I'd be surprised.
Because Spoon's been a Honda boy since day one.
Since Honda's been Hondas.
Since Honda's been Honda's.
Spoon is still a Honda boy, though.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But, so me and Jimmy, we've talked about this for months now, right? And it's just like an absolute miracle that Spoon is in the position. It couldn't have worked out any better. Local. He's the man. Like, we can hang out with the kid. He's very good at what he does.
Very good.
Nobody's going to argue that. You know what I mean? And he was in a unique opportunity where he could come in here,
Exactly.
right?
So currently Spoon runs his own kind of self shop, right? He does fabrication work on the side. He ends up building full colors for people at this point.
Right
But
around the corner too, honestly.
right on the corner.
Yeah, literally down the
literally.
street.
And I think Spoon honestly wants to venture out of the Honda world. He's done everything a million times. He's done it the best. He's amazing at what he does.
Yeah.
We're gonna steal him into the.
We're gonna bring him over here into the Oaks garage. Colt. That's what I say. It's like, you ready to join the Colt, buddy?
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Drink the Kool-Aid, exactly. Nah, it's gonna be awesome to have Spoon. I took the ride with Spoon out to New Jersey. We drove out there for the LZ event, and we had a long talk about just everything under the sun. And it's like his attitude is perfect. He's like
Rare.
he's willing, and he's in the situation where you were saying that he's wants to step out of the Honda world. I think he wants to just step out of the world of having to, I don't want to say work for yourself, but almost like, I guess like work for himself and just like do everything.
Well, sometimes being a part of something,
he wants to be a
whole
part
is good. What's the saying? It's either you
want to go fast, do it by yourself,
or you want to go far,
do it with. It's
something like that, right?
He
Yeah.
said that.
I think that's what it is.
On
Yeah,
the ride, it was something like
I'm
that.
gonna Google that. What is it? Let me hear this
It's like
shit.
a quote. You want to go fast, do it by yourself. You want to go far, do it.
And that's the thing about Spoon is a dude who sees the long game
Yeah,
and he knows what he wants to do.
yeah.
Here we
And
go.
He wants to go where he's going to be most beneficial and what's going to benefit him too.
Sure.
If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Go together. Yeah.
That's it.
So he said, I swear to God.
Yeah, no,
not even
I'm-
capping. He
I'm-
said that
I'm-
when we were
exactly.
talking.
That's hilarious.
And so that's the thing. And man, I'd be so grateful to have Spoon down here. It's just like, at this point, like I want to do more. Like I want to get into for the longest time, my goal was to just acquire like my dream cars and like do my dream swaps and do all that and like just take everyone for the ride, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing. And like I've been able to. I'm getting there. Like
You are.
I'm getting there.
You are.
I just got my yellow FD, which is I still.
That's nuts.
It's I gotta change a couple parts on it and then it'll feel real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for now, it's nuts. And I own fucking 3 S15s. It's insane. I don't mean that in a flex way. I just made that and like that's fucking
Not
cool.
at all. Yeah.
And so I'm getting to the point where I don't mind spending some of my time now building something just because it's fucking cool. Because like it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Before it was hard because I was like, I don't want to waste the time and money on this where I still have the dream of this, right? I wanted to bang some of my dreams out before I can kind of integrate some just like,
Yeah, you wanted to live in your 20s before you had kids. Like that kind of scenario.
okay, yeah, fair enough. Well,
Now you get-
yeah. So I was just like, I wanted to put all, there were so many things I just wanted so fucking bad that I couldn't imagine dispensing any of my funds and time to do anything else, right? And so I've spent my time building my little dream setups, all my dream cars, the dream swaps, and I'm getting there. Like whatever. And now I'm at the point where it's like, okay, like I've acquired my things that I wanted. I still need a Supra and stuff like that. But like overall, like I'm getting
some
happy.
fun.
And so I want to start doing I want to consider a YouTube build. Well, something that's a little bit more like, yo, let's just try and fucking build this because it's cool. Why not, right?
Yeah.
And you're talking about the yellow FD specifically?
No,
Just in general.
And so the LFD, I consider that under the build I've always wanted to do,
Right.
right? That's a dream build, like
Right.
legend build, whatever. I want to do something that's just like quirky because it'd be cool, like Nasanda, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't Nasanda wasn't something I wanted to have, like. You know
Never
what I mean?
dreamt of that.
Never
right?
dreamt of like owning a real drive stick, but the idea sounded cool and I wanted to challenge myself, so I did that, right?
Yeah.
Because at the time I honestly had no money and I wanted something cool that wouldn't really cost money, but would cost time, and I'd learn a couple. It was just all of that, right? And so now I'm at the point again where I want to do like another, let's quote unquote Nasanda, where, like let's say like the mini truck, right?
Yeah.
It was hard to justify to myself spending 3 months and all this money to like, let's say swap a K-swap in it, because it's not really something I want to end up with, because at the end of the day, I funnel so much money back into the channel. The things I end up with are kind of like my pay, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, like
I get it.
you get it, right? And so like, it's been hard to justify doing builds that aren't something I just want.
Yeah.
And I'm at that point where I kind of want to do builds.
Weird shit.
Where
Weird
it's
shit.
like, fuck it, I have that now.
Yeah, exactly. I have that now. It's cool. And then, like get a couple videos out, whatever, sell it, move on to the next cool project because I want to build it, right?
Jimmy sell something?
That's
Yeah,
that's what Spoon was saying when we were in the car. He
that's the
wants to
thing
build
why I
crazy
don't sell stuff, because it's all the stuff I've wanted.
Yeah.
It adds too much, not in a bad way that it adds too much sentimental value to you, but you get so attached because this is something you've dreamt of. Now you can kind of like
Exactly.
chase a fantasy where it's not like
Where
it's something that's out there for
I walk
everybody.
in now and I see, I'm like, this is what I wanted. This is fucking sick. Let's get a Supra. Let's get an S6 in here. We are chilling. And then
drops mic.
drops mic, and then I could build whatever around it, right? To get to that point, I can't do that myself, right? I could build these cars, I'm very, I have a lot of confidence in myself. I've proven myself over and over again, but to get it done in a timely manner enough that I could film it and make it reasonable for the internet, because building cars is a lot of fucking work. Even an OEM engine swap, so much work. We'll get the Chaser. It's a, quote unquote OEM engine swap. The amount of time I had off camera just tinkering just to get that thing to run.
Ordering parts.
Ordering parts, boom, boom. Let alone something that's completely custom. It just takes so much time.
Oh, yeah.
I need another me.
Yep.
Spoon is gonna step in and give you
That hand.
that hand,
Yeah.
so that you can have more mental real estate.
Because 2.5 of me is really two of me is really 2.5. You know what I mean? Because you can kind of,
yeah,
what I'm trying to say.
sure,
It makes a huge difference.
Exactly.
So is it official? Is Spoon a part of the program or what?
I'm assuming this is going to be something that waits till you come back.
Yeah,
from
so I mean, I
overseas.
don't want to say that it's written in stone, but we're in the works of Spoon's got projects to finish up, and so he stopped taking work. He's finishing up projects.
Yeah, he stopped taking work, and he's gonna probably close down the shop, right?
Yeah, so move his ass in here.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
get him a spot. We got
Yeah.
space for him. We got some room
sick.
for
It'd
him.
be sick, right? Basically, if you guys watch LZ, he'd be my Johan, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Long time coming. You needed something like this
for sure,
so long.
for sure. But it's been hard because like it's hard because I have to rush a little bit more than I like to because of the camera. But I do enjoy building these cars. If it's not obvious, I'm a builder. I would say I'm a builder, right?
Well, I don't think Spoon coming in here is like, all right, Jimmy's no longer going to build cars.
For sure.
Now he's going to build them faster.
Yeah, 2
Exactly.
times
Better.
better,
Better.
That too.
and
Better.
better as
There's
well.
no
yeah.
offense in that statement either, because like Spoon is just coming in here and just adding that little extra.
Well, it's no offense at all. I mean, you just explained it before. For you to spend 4 hours on a bracket,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I love. You know what I mean?
film all day,
Yeah.
go home, edit, and then put up a video, it's insanity.
It's insane. Trust me. Yeah. And that's what I've been doing. But it's nice where it's like I could delegate things some more. Right.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'll still be the whatever, but especially on these like super custom projects, like I could be like, hey, Spoon, I'm going to go do this, figure out how we're going to make this work.
Right.
Or like Nasanda, like think about Nasanda, we would tack everything up, boom, right, for the camera. You'd see it. Then I'd shut the camera off and weld for 4 hours.
right.
And then that's on any footage. And,
There's
and
not going to be none of that. Like we're sending it off to Spoon and we're going to go pick it up. It's going to be like Spoon.
in-house.
He just cooked
Boom.
it right there.
Boom. Exactly.
Cooked
So
it in front of you.
it's like I like it's a little scary because I don't want to like lose part of the process, but I think we could integrate it seamlessly.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. Because I mean, a lot of YouTubers shops build their cars. Loopy is snoring crazy.
Snoring
I wonder if you could
hard.
hear him on the camera.
I can hear
sure.
it in my
I can't hear him in the
headphones.
headphones.
I can hear him.
Shouts out to
think.
Loop.
I can hear him over the headphones, like the
They
outside.
love looping though.
It's like white noise, but
Leave in the comments if you love looping. We do.
so a lot of YouTubers, their cars are built by shops, right, or their teams, whatever. And no shame on that. Whatever. There's a lot of people that, and you don't have to be a builder, whatever. But that's not me, and I would never want to do that.
Yeah.
And so like, it's just like weird.
That's part of the joy you get from this profession is actually building and
Exactly.
for sure.
Oh, wait, can I not eat animal crackers while we're on mic?
Yeah, hell yeah.
You just got to keep the mic away from
the mic
the
with me.
Is
chewing.
that the thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's test one out real quick. Let's see how.
All I hear is Loopy snoring. Bro, you can breathe. It's okay.
Let me see.
Stop that, Stevie. That's driving me nuts.
I did it just because.
Oh my god. All right. So I mean, we could talk about that for hours, but
Spoon's on the way.
he's on the way.
Loading.
Loading. Loading.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's good news, man.
Damn.
Little
So
beat for that.
I think we're gonna jump into the Patreon questions. I mean, those are always really good funnelers, right?
For sure,
I
they
love
always
it.
take
So
us on our journey.
I'm gonna just kind of follow it down, and the first thing I see is get Johnny in there too. We need Johnny Shits here.
Oh,
That'd be
no.
sick if we. Could get
Has he not been on yet?
No, John's so busy all the time.
Dude, John is a self-proclaimed busiest person on the earth.
I've never not seen him do something, Derek.
And then he'll go to New Hampshire for a weekend.
That's why he's busy,
earned it.
so he could.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he hasn't earned it.
I know.
I'm just saying he could split off for an hour.
I'll have to ask his wife. I'll ask his wife.
Yeah.
We're across
yeah.
we're across the way.
She gave me some
pop over here.
chicken eggs the other day.
Oh yeah,
Delicious.
Fresh farm.
Fresh farm
You
eggs.
got to ask him like what will make this worth your while.
He would do it. I just have to ask him.
Yeah. Have you
I would
not asked
love
him?
for you to be on the podcast with Johnny.
Do you have another headset? I'll get him in here right now.
I wish we had 5 because I would drag him in here.
Yeah, the fuck.
I'll buy my iced coffee, then I'll hop in.
There you go.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yep.
We're gonna get Johnny on here. He is. I would love to hear you two go back and forth because that would unlock.
Johnny's
different-
good shit. I want to talk like his playlist hip hop choices when he play or just
He's got
music.
the
music
craziest
in general.
playlist every
Alright.
time his music is on.
You want to know John? And you can tell him I said this. You want to know what John's favorite artist is?
Yes.
Yes,
Nickelback.
Nickelback.
That's
right?
not a bad choice. Nickelback's a great band.
What's the song? What's the Nickelback song?
So if I just buy him a Nickelback CD or T-shirt, he'll just.
Oh my God, that'd be
sick.
that'd be endgame for him.
I'm just gonna hang a Nickelback poster up in his fucking shop without
there.
saying anything. Like walk in, stare him dead ass in the eyes, and just pin it.
No, you gotta have him on the podcast, and then on the green screen, have Nickelback on the green screen.
Just don't tell him until
And
he
don't
watches
tell him
it.
until he watches it.
What's the big Nickelback song? How You Remind Me?
No, there was one.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, there's.
That's a good one though.
Johnny danced his first dance with a girl to that song.
Dance
whatever it is.
recital.
Kissed his first girl.
He kissed his first girl. That's why he loves Nickelback so
Saw
much.
his first titty.
Hell yeah, never forget.
I saw mine at a Motley Crue concert.
I
when
actually
was
don't know
13.
what my first titty was. That's sad.
It was some dirty movie probably that I found.
Oh, a movie.
It was
yeah.
like it was
but like
probably,
in person, different thing.
Yeah, I don't remember the first tit. That
the old lady that lived down the road.
Hey,
Hey, tit.
tits for me.
Motley Crue at Mohegan Sun.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a
How
lot.
old were you?
Actually,
13.
No, you're
Yeah.
right. I went to Ozfest
And saw some.
and saw some boobs for the first time in person.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nikki Sixx came out when he goes titty cam, and he's just,
And they just
going
dump
around the
along,
crowd with it, and they're just going
Damn.
like that. The lady was right next to me.
Remember
You
2006?
should have flipped one.
It was I was like with my dad, and I was like,
That-
am I
that
allowed to
brings
look?
it-
And he's like, yeah. And I was like, this is the greatest day ever.
All right.
Sick.
Derek, when was your first titty?
I don't remember.
It was a long time ago.
a long time ago.
It's probably your current wife.
It might have been, honestly. You ain't kidding.
Oh, I love that. All right. This one got like. Would love to know each guest fast food takeaway of choice.
Oh, Chick-fil-A.
You're that guy, huh?
Yeah. What do you mean I'm that guy?
I'm just saying you're that guy.
What are you going for?
Burger King. He's going for Burger King.
Disgusting.
No, I mean like Subway.
Chick-fil-A is pretty up there. And
Oh, all right.
This,
Subway's a good one.
This is a hot take, but I'm old-fashioned. I mean, if we're talking fast food, like McDonald's to me is still like.
If they
I
had
don't know.
stack wraps, game over.
I mean, listen, dude. I'm not gonna front. A classic Big Mac
Yeah,
is good.
I'm a double quarter pounder with cheese.
Oh, okay,
You know, type of guy. And I'm not even gonna get into my McDonald's.
What about you, RJ? What's your favorite fast food? Shake Shack.
No, I don't consider that fast food.
It's medium food.
I like
Chick-fil-A.
I
is
will
up there,
only
though.
eat fast food when I'm drunk or
All
high.
right, we don't
so it's
get off your
McDonald's.
pedestal and just tell us which one it is.
It's McDonald's, but it's only for those reasons.
Yeah, McDonald's slaps.
A
People be
McDouble,
tripping.
dude, when you're ripped.
Yeah, McDoubles are good.
So I had this
Big Mac
experience.
sauce
I
on
went
it.
to New York
course.
City when I was in high school, and I was eating nuggets. Right,
Yeah.
nice plate of 20 nuggies with
20
pack with a large fry. I'm just sitting eating. Some homeless guy walked over, sat next to me, just started eating my food. and I've never smelt anything like that in my life. And I've met a lot of homeless people. It was the craziest smell.
It stuck with you.
And now if I eat chicken nuggets from McDonald's with ranch, I don't know what it is, that combo, which I love ranch.
combo.
That smell goes right back into my nose, and I'll never forget. I don't know. It was that legendary of a smell.
Do you remember when McDonald's had honey as a dipping sauce?
That's fire.
Yes.
Oh, so good.
Have you been to McDonald's recently?
Yeah.
Okay, when I was in California, I saw you can get 50 nuggets, 2 large fries, and 2 large drinks for like $15.
I'll do that right now.
Yeah,
That's a great deal
Next
for
time
some
I'll
bad
make sure you
food.
get 50 nuggies, all right?
I'll do that right now.
Snack wrap era was crazy though. I did appreciate
Snack wraps are
that
my
era.
favorite.
My mom
That's all I
was
would get.
obsessed with those things.
Never had one.
Yeah, they're dope.
Grow up, Derek. Grow up.
Don't even know what you're
it was
talking
just
about.
It's probably a
tortilla.
good thing you didn't, because you would be.
It was a cold. It
mourning
was a
the loss.
cold tortilla with a chicken
Strip.
with a select a chicken strip chicken select. Remember it had the select.
The select
And then it
ones.
had lettuce,
Lettuce,
it had
cheese,
little cheddar,
Grated cheese, cheddar, and then ranch.
Or
you
barbecue.
could get barbecue.
Barbecue.
Well,
one.
that went crazy. Then
I
just
like the ranch.
ranch. Okay, so next thing I see is it would be sick to see you guys do a Hot Ones challenge. I will never do a Hot Ones challenge.
We have it. We have the thing. We got to
have
get like
it.
Dagnell wants to do it.
I want to do it.
He's kind of. You want to do it?
I want to do it.
No, Trappy and Aki said it ruined their like 2 days.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
don't see like the fun in like burning my insides.
Oh,
out.
you're talking about like the chip?
Yeah,
I
like,
want
no,
the
no. We have hot sauce. and you put 'em
Experience,
on-
Stevie. I want the experience.
RJ went skydiving.
And he's different now.
I'm going again.
All right, we could do the Hot Ones challenge, but you're not calling off work the next day. We'll get that in writing.
Exactly. No, we'll do it. Shit.
all right.
I'm not calling off and just working
Live
remotely.
stream. We should
Let's
do it a
see.
live stream.
No, because shit might be said that
Yeah,
you don't
you're
want
gonna say some bad
You're
shit.
gonna say some bad shit. When you're in that much pain, anything goes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know that
Yeah,
look.
there's no judgment.
There's that weird vibe that the room fills up when you like put the camera away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll happen fast. All right. So Derek's favorite cars from each decade. He tunes hella different styles, so I'm curious what his favorites are.
Each decade. All right.
Starting where?
Let's start at the 70s.
70 Chevelle,
Okay.
right?
Fair.
80s Mustangs.
Why Chevelle? I want to hear this because I don't know anything about older cars.
So Novas are sick.
Novas, you had to know, yeah.
Yeah, Camaros are sick, right? But Chevelles were like. So I'm a big body guy.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys knew this, but Chevelles were big and
Sporty.
They were sporty. I mean, you can't really call anything from the 70s sporty, but
A Camaro, I consider sporty.
yeah, but they're all piles of shit,
Fire, yeah.
right? So, and they're just like the most refined. You know, they came with black leather and
Oh,
air conditioning.
So they were the higher pack.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
So Nova was, I feel like,
Nova was a shit wagon.
hell yeah.
Yeah,
They're,
real
yeah.
pile of shit.
And then the Camaro was like the single guy.
Yeah, right,
And then the Chevelle was the classy
right.
business household man.
Chevelle was like,
That boy right there.
that's it right
That's
there.
it, yeah.
Look at that thing. Woo.
That is good looking.
I would say 80s Mustang.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah, I'll take it.
1980 Mustang.
Is this my favorite? No, not 1980.
I mean,
bad year.
I was-
1986.
It goes bad year.
86
But I mean, whatever. They're obviously they can. There's different situations, but
These
whatever.
are my favorite.
First thing that comes to mind. Yeah, Mustang, sick.
All right, so 90s.
Stevie, can you get Loopy out of here? I'm sorry, this snoring's going crazy.
Favorite 90s car.
He quieted up quick. He was in a good slumber too. I'm sorry, Luke.
He was really sleeping. 90s was a rough time for vehicles.
What do you mean everything?
For your stuff?
Everyone killed the 90s.
Oh, okay, name a domestic that was good in the 90s.
A 99 Corvette. Just like not even a 90s car. I'm kidding. Domestic. When did they make Fox bodies still? Did they make them in through the 90s?
Yeah, 92 was the last year of the.
But that's an 80s car. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it. Fuck domestic 90s. There's got to be something. Someone's going to say it. We'll be like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I mean, the first. No. I was going to say like the F body Camaro, but they were ugly then. They had the cat eye headlights. Awful.
They were a great platform for drag racing. Just ugly.
I don't know. And then 2000s, I would say
Just skip the 90s, fuck the whole
Yeah, fuck the 90s.
You went Japanese in the 90s.
Yeah, I was Japanese in the 90s. I mean, Japanese car? I don't know.
That's hard. The 90s was the era of Japanese cars.
Yeah,
Styling.
There's a lot of cars.
Can you think of an OEM aero that was bad from the 90s? Like I think about this all the time because I put OEM aero on everything because they killed it. all those designers from the 90s,
Bring them back.
bring them back.
Yeah.
Like, think of an OEM air option.
Well, they were getting crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But sexy. It was
Yeah.
sexy, sleek. It was like the perfect balance of like body lines, bulbousness, and like keeping it sleek. Because now everything's big and safe. So they kind of total looks with safety.
Yeah.
The 90s, they were like, yeah, fuck it, die.
Well, I feel like cars are coming
I'm gonna
back.
look good
cool,
dying.
die.
They are coming back.
Yeah.
Like,
I
look,
feel like early 2000s was rough for cars.
Early
Like-
2000s, it was like a
Audis
flop.
and BMWs and Mercedes. They were
That was like
trash.
someone going through a new phase in their life that didn't
B5s
work.
were pretty cool.
There was obviously some
Yeah.
cars that look good, but now you look at like a base model A4, and it's like, damn, that thing's fire.
Yeah.
You want
Body
like a-
lines everywhere.
like
Like
01?
19-inch OEM wheels, like standard.
Yeah.
Like that's not even upgraded.
Because it's like back to capitalism where like
Yeah,
they're fighting for like the buy now. So
Yeah.
they're just like, they're making horny
you
cars
gotta
again.
make some sweet shit.
Yeah. Love that.
But so the 2000s, I would say the WSX Trans Am. That motherfucker
Good choice.
still looks good, dude.
It does.
And then the late 2000s C6 Corvette.
Yeah.
Yeah. C6. That's like just being a dude. You got to love a C6. Can
And-
you think of a dude out there that doesn't like a C6?
No.
Look at that unit right there.
I'm pulling them up as he speaks.
Let's
Just-
go.
The WS6 is
We gotta
like
try-
the
we gotta-
best generation
Damn,
for the
that is
Firebird.
good.
Man, we got to go to an event and just ask if they like C6 or not. I feel like there's got to, I can't think of a dude that wouldn't
I
fuck with
don't
a C6.
care what kind of car you're in.
Yeah.
Like what kind of cars you're into. If somebody mentions a C6 and you're not like, damn, that thing's sick, you're probably weird.
Fair enough. Or you're one of those guys just like you don't like things because people like them.
100% correct.
Did you
They,
know
they killed it.
They killed it.
It's kind of like E30s. You don't got to give a flying
No,
fuck
they're
about,
cool. It's
just
about
a pretty
BMWs.
car.
Yeah.
Everyone loves E30s.
Pretty car.
Just a pretty car.
there you go. 90s E36. The
There you
fuck?
go.
36,
What are we
yeah.
crazy?
Yeah, but we were talking domestic, I
Oh,
thought.
is it only domestic?
Oh.
Yeah,
well, you
90s.
kind of
are-
went domestic.
Whatever you like best, Derek.
We were on the domestic train.
Yeah.
Whatever.
90s were rough for domestic cars.
You know Mick Steve's mom has a bag WS6?
What the fuck?
It's crazy.
That's sick.
It's sick.
That's cool.
It's red. It's
gangster shit.
Chrome wheels. It's a dope car.
His mother drives it.
I don't want to talk about wheels right now.
We don't want to talk about wheels.
Sorry, Derek.
All right, here we go. Has Derek ever taken part in some 1320 races, or does he work on any of the cars that do?
Yeah, a ton of them.
Yeah, I was going to say. You just, yeah.
Like more than I care to admit. Yeah, like a lot of them.
Give me that money right now. Give me all the money.
What? There was a show recently.
Give me this.
You want all of it?
Give me the money.
Man, fucking broke.
Run the
Let's hear it.
jewels.
Let's hear it.
There was a show recently. I forget what it was called, but it was on Discovery that I tuned the majority of the cars.
I love that. Can you imagine watching an episode and be like, yep.
That's sick.
And it's funny because they changed all the customer names.
Really?
Yeah, to protect their identity.
I didn't know that.
That's
good.
funny.
That's hilarious. And Derek's just like, oh, that piece of shit. That thing.
Oh, yeah.
That thing has shit injectors. That thing has a hurt turbo.
Oh yeah. Like oh yeah. I remember before this race, I told the customer, "Good fucking luck." You know what I mean?
That's Derek and Jen watching the show, and he's saying that. And she's like, "Yeah, honey. Yeah, you're great.
All right, so we're gonna split this up. I love that. We need to watch an episode, and you just need to fill me in. But we're gonna
The commentary episode.
hit that on. So this is a special segment. I felt like it was a good time for it. That's why I took your 50 bands right here. So this is what we do every time. 50 bands, Derek, right here. Gifted it to you, tax free, right? Fuck the government. What would you got to spend it in the next 6 months? How are you spending that?
You got to spend that.
$50,000.
Yeah.
Derek will spend that in a day.
I will spend that in real life. In 6 months.
I'm just
Spend
saying,
it,
like,
spend
you
it,
can't
just
say
spend
you
it.
can't say you're gonna invest it in crypto. I don't want to hear that.
We don't
Blow
do
it.
that.
Treat yourself.
Blow it.
Buy RJ a haircut.
You couldn't pay me enough.
I mean, my nothing would change. I'm like currently, I'm currently trying to spend 50 grand. You know what I mean? Like,
If you gave me 50 grand, I'd shave my head.
I'm not spending 50 grand to see your dumbass head.
All right. Okay. So how are you trying to spend 50 bands right now?
I mean, right now I'm trying to buy
Mustang.
a very specific Mustang.
An 85 Mustang.
86 motherfucker. 85s are for heathens.
My mom had
Carbureted.
85.
Carbureted in 85.
You're gonna shove
what's
it
the
LS in it
eyelid?
anyways. Who gives a fuck?
What's
No,
the
I'm gonna put
eyelids that they have?
I'm gonna put a coyote in it.
That's sick. Then why does it matter if it's
Four-eyed
covered or not?
fox.
It really doesn't.
Four-eyed fox, like this bad boy with the white with the red guts.
See that white one?
This one
Fourth
right
one
here.
over? That's it. Find me that car.
I got you.
Find me
Sold.
that car.
That-
Stored.
Derek's offering a $2,000 finder's fee.
That car looks like you got to drive it with a white tee and a blue jean vest.
Oh yeah.
I'd probably buy more dirt bikes, which I'm buying.
Yeah.
And that's it. I don't know.
Dirt bikes.
Cars.
The Mustang.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
Dirt bikes and cars.
Dirt bikes.
I
and
gave
cars.
want to hear something funny? I gave that to DJ. He goes, "I'm gonna buy a brand new Supra." I said, "That's a down payment."
Yeah. What the hell?
Remember that? I was dead. I'm still dead for that. All right. Well, Derek, if you guys have a '86 Mustang, that's not a giant piece
Oh
of
my
crap.
God! Listen to me, people out there.
Or if your uncle, father.
if one of your uncles or father's friends or whatever has a white '86,
It needs to be white.
I mean,
Preferably.
it doesn't have to be.
Okay.
All right, let's just say any '86 or '85, send them my way. But if
has
it's
to be
white
white.
with T-tops and a gray interior, hit me up.
DM your uncle.
We got some money for you.
Yeah, hit me up, and
Well,
I'm not joking.
That 50 bands went quick. Love to hear it. Make more money tomorrow.
Yep.
Dirt bikes and Mustangs.
I'm not trying to take it with me. I'll tell you that much.
That's for sure.
For sure.
What's the point of being good at something you can't make money buying shit that you like, right, Derek?
I'll go get a job.
I love you. I love you so much.
I'll get a fucking job before I do that.
Let's see. Is there anything Derek is building for himself? If so, what is it? What is it? If not, is he planning on something? We kind of just answered that question.
Well, I'm trying to build a family.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Talk
Oh yeah,
about
that's a
Loads,
weird.
loads.
Can we talk
loads.
about? I was hoping you bring this up because this is cool. I like
Yeah,
this.
yeah. I mean,
Trying to make a jit.
So, well, actually, I would love to talk about this because we're in a generation of a lot of people who do not want to have kids, right? Which is whatever. It's good for the economy. Cool.
which
Don't have
which
kids.
was me and Jen.
What? Which? And this is what I'm getting at. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys. I remember like. I basically I almost begged you
Yeah,
3
yeah.
years ago. I think it was like 3 years ago. I was like, why aren't you reproducing?
You and Mac
Yeah.
were the two biggest kid advocates in my entire life.
I love that.
Beyond my mom and dad
Yeah.
and brothers and whatever, dude.
Because you and your wife,
Mac.
you and your wife are both A-class citizens.
Oh, I appreciate
in
that.
the sense of like, you're just both beautiful human beings, good genes,
Yeah.
both incredibly intelligent,
Yeah.
successful.
create another.
Reproduce. Come on.
That's hey, listen. So, I mean, my wife
Mm-hmm.
never wanted kids, right? And I never really cared.
Yeah. Just
My-
go. You're just doing your thing.
Yeah, my life is sweet without kids.
Yeah, dope.
So like the argument could be made either way, right? Like I could not have kids, continue this sweet life, live recklessly and spend money, and you know what I mean, and just be a piece of shit my whole life. Like that was my plan, and then some things happened in my wife's life. And it really kind of showed her grandmother died, right? And she was really close with her grandmother. And at the end, she had to take care of the grandmother. And she quickly realized that the only people that are there when you fucking die
Like your
are
kids,
your children and your children's children, right? So I think it kind of really, changed her,
Yeah.
right? And then, so that's been the thing lately.
And so she was just like, let's have it. And you're like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, like I said, I was down either way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't care.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I love that.
So here we are. So I mean, I guess a real adult would be like, I will take this $50,000 and save it for my fucking kid's college fund, and I will not be doing that. We'll figure it out. You know what I mean?
I love that.
I'm gonna buy cars.
Enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Stangs.
Pay the bills. Enjoy yourself. Donnie's got ice cream.
Donnie's got
You bring enough for the whole class? Yeah, you're good. Come and eat ice cream with us.
So yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
that's sick. Okay, what do you want, a boy or girl? I got it.
What the?
He just flies.
Just dropped ice cream on the ground.
Eat it.
Eat it.
Eat it.
Eat it.
Don't be
It's
disrespectful.
got
Eat it.
loopy
Eat
hair
it.
all over.
It's
it.
probably got a loop all
Got
over
sprinkles
it.
on it now. Chocolate sprinkles.
Don't eat it. Go throw it out.
Yeah, don't- I don't
put it
know.
in my garbage can, please.
Boy or girl? I mean, listen. Default answer, obviously boy, right? Just because
Really, I think having a girl first would be dope.
listen. In reality, and I know, dude, I know how cliche this is gonna sound, right? Like I don't care as long as it's healthy.
That's
Yeah.
the clichéest thing ever.
It is, right?
Everybody has one that they want.
I agree with you,
100%.
So I want a boy, right? But I'm not getting too hung up on it,
Yeah.
right? And like,
Good way to go in.
like
You're not like, oh man, if I have a girl, fuck that.
my
thing.
wife honestly thinks that I will not love a girl child.
No, you'll be a sucker. I know it.
100%.
And I'm like,
You'll be a sucker.
I don't care. Girls can be badass.
She'll be ripping
You know what I mean?
KTMs.
Yeah, dude. I'm not like so. It really doesn't matter. Obviously, I want a boy because I'd like him.
Because
To be a
like
little
'em.
punk
Yeah,
ass bitch.
yeah, I'd like him to be a piece of shit like me. You know what I mean? But we'll see.
No, that's fucking sick. I'm excited. I want all my friends to have kids so I could just be a dope uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want a little jit.
Being uncles are sick because you
Yeah.
get to like enjoy
All the good parts.
the good parts and not the shit parts.
Yeah.
And you always get to be the hero.
Yeah.
Too bad none of my you guys aren't going to reproduce.
I may have changed my mind on it, to be honest.
RJ, what?
What?
RJ's back.
Damn.
Have I inspired you?
No, you haven't.
That's crazy. He's been diehard. Fuck
Yeah,
these kids.
I
for
was
a
trying
long
to get a
time.
vasectomy again this year. Would have been my third try.
What happened the first two
Balls
times?
too big. They can't find the string.
You get, believe it or not, contrary to mainstream media belief, I don't have control over my body either. I was denied twice. They told me I should wait because I might change my mind, which they might have
Really?
been right. But
my brother just walked in there like, yeah, let me snip that
yeah,
shit.
they denied me twice. I had to have
Really?
like an
Yeah.
interview for it, and they said no.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I tried it twice. I was going to do it a third time this year, and some shit happened to me. And
I just looked at RJ and said, nah, you don't got to figure it out yet.
Chill out, bro.
I had a conversation
They
with my
looked at his
dad about some
tattoos.
stuff and some other things, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I do.
You got a beard, tattoos. You might want to fucking make a kid later.
Yeah.
I think I might. Right person. I'm cool either way. If I don't, I don't. If I meet the right person, I think so.
Yeah.
It's got to be the right person.
I gotta do it.
Very dope.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
We need like a pregnancy pact.
Yeah, for sure. Shake on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like, in my mind, it's one of those things like, that's the next step, right? Like, it's just, I don't know.
I'm starting what you said about your wife, like realizing who takes care of you and everything else. I started to realize that I was like, oh, you know what? I might not be able to make the world any better than I like it now. And why everyone's always like, oh, I want to leave a better world for somebody else, or I want to bring somebody else in and leave a legacy or whatever it is. It's like, oh man,
Yeah.
I think I get that now.
Yeah, that was so her argument to me always was, the world's a pile of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is scary.
And I was like, yeah, absolutely. It's awful right now, right? But like, we could help make it better.
It's one of those selfish things where you're always kind of like, well, if I want to do it right, I got to do it myself. And I was thinking about that where you're like, oh shit, if I want good people in the world, like I can't expect other people to bring good people in.
Yeah, you got to make them.
Yeah.
My shit's like, fuck it, just drop a couple more tokens in the video game machine and let somebody else take this thing for a ride.
Yeah.
Courtesy
That
of
was my
me.
mindset for a
Courtesy
while.
of my sec.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll raise you up. I'll teach you a couple things that I know, but
Yeah.
go ahead,
It's so
play the
easy.
game.
It's so easy to say as a dude, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give props to females for like.
Yeah, it's really on them.
It's
Big
their
ups to them.
game.
Yeah, it's their world.
Yeah, it's a rough
If anybody's
deal.
going to have a kid first out of our whole friend group, it's you.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
100%.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
There we go.
Word.
Your kid needs a best friend. Come on.
To get to it.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. I'll tell you that.
Fair enough. You know, I always say, like, my mom will be like, how's the kid thing going? And I'm like, Mom, you sure you want me to ask? You want me to answer this?
We're
Mom, I'm
fucking.
fucking.
Yeah, and straight up, I'm like, we're still fucking, Mom.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah,
like daps
yeah,
your mama.
Should have
started-
saw
yeah.
last night.
She starts laughing. I'm just like, how do you want me to answer that?
I'm doing anything I can to bust a nut.
Yeah.
That's just what they're asking you. You busted in your wife?
Yeah, trust me, I realize that. I don't think they are realizing that when they ask me. Like, how's the kid thing going? And I'm
I don't
like,
think anybody thinks about that.
Mom,
It's like, oh my God,
Mom,
you're trying to
raw
make a baby.
dog
That's
and
great. They're like,
daily.
yeah, that's
Or
right.
the-
I'm nutting in my baby.
Or
Yeah.
it'd be worse if her parents were asking, "Hey,
Yeah.
how's it going with Jen?" Oh, nothing in your daughter.
None of your daughter every night.
making her look like a Twinkie, you know what I mean?
Take a turn.
So easy as a guy. You just that's it. And they gotta carry all of it.
Yeah.
Poor girls.
Yeah, it's a rough deal.
You gotta deliver a good load, like a healthy load, though. A nice healthy load. You know,
Good genes.
take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Just McDonald's, Red Bull, and vapes.
Oh,
Produce.
I don't think that's it.
And ethanol.
Yeah, exhaust fumes.
Yeah,
Exhaust
Derek
fumes.
breathing in M1. That's why he's just shooting blanks and inhaling so much race gas.
Dude, I'm so shot right now.
He's gonna make a superhero. Fuck it. Go pull up.
I'm so fucked up right now. It's so funny.
Were you taking are you taking a methanol car today?
It was on E85, but just, dude, the last couple of weeks have been insane, and it's just like, yesterday was a car on alcohol made 1,800. Like today, it's just hot. It's just awful. You know how it is being in the shop.
So what made 1,800 horsepower? You were talking about this earlier.
It was a Mustang with an LS in it.
LS.
What? How big was the turbo?
It was a Pro Mod 88, so it was like an 88 with a 113 exhaust wheel.
I've seen you do quite a bit of Pro Mod 88, so haven't you?
Because Pro Mod 88s are allowed basically to race anywhere, and they'll make 2,000 horsepower.
Now, what made it make more horsepower than the average 88?
He spent a lot of money on a nice motor.
Sick. Love that.
The 88s are usually all pretty competitive to each other. It shows how high can I turn them up.
How much boost you put through it?
Right, 38.
Damn.
38 PSI.
There's diesel numbers at that point.
But it would have like. Well,
And that's on ethanol.
No, that's on methanol.
Okay, do you have to, or is it just
No,
not
you
worth
don't
it?
have
Okay.
to, but like to get an intercooler to be efficient at that power level, the intercoolers are fucking huge.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
like-
true.
Like precision 4,000 horsepower intercoolers are probably 100 pounds.
I can't imagine
80 pounds.
what that IAT log looks like.
You don't
on
even-
a car like that. It must just look like a straight line.
It'll max the sensor out at 350 degrees.
Really?
And you don't even look at it. It's not even. You're not even.
Don't pay attention to that.
That's not even up in your data log.
Jesus.
It means nothing.
The oxygen density just doesn't exist at 10.
Well, I think that there's a bunch of oxygen in the fuel.
Oh, because it would be C85.
No,
right?
it's methanol.
Oh, I'm still talking about ethanol.
Oh, ethanol?
Yeah.
Oh, ethanol.
Oh, is that why you don't need intercooler methanol? Because it doesn't care about the oxygen density?
Well,
Kind of. What is it? Science
there's
behind
probably
that?
somebody out there that knows a lot more than me. But
So, hold on, let me just set this up. When guys run methanol,
you know,
they usually don't run either a radiator, right, or an intercooler,
correct.
which is nuts.
So the way I understand it, and I'm not a scientist
Yeah, you're just
of any kind, right?
you push the buttons.
Right. But I do know this to be factual is that the evaporating temperature of methanol is so low that when you mist it, it takes the heat right out of shit. Meaning, like you can dip your hand
Yeah,
in
'cause
methanol and
a
pull
temperature
it out.
change just
Right.
sucks up a lot of energy, right? The amount of energy it takes to change the temperature or something isn't a lot, right? But the amount of energy it takes to change state is a lot.
Right.
Right. So that's like kind of how AC systems work. They change state back and forth from a liquid to a gas, and the state change absorbs a shit ton of energy or releases.
So that combined with the fact that it's not a very potent fuel, and again, I'm pretty shy right now, so I can't think of the term, but so you have to inject a lot of it.
It seems like as much as you can is the answer.
As much as you can until it rich misfires, yeah.
Yeah, because there's just so much.
Right.
So I've always wondered about this. Especially Jamie just cramming nitro in engines, right? Because with the nitro stuff, it's like whatever you can fit in the engine is what you're going to use. At what point, you become there's a liquid in there. There's a large amount of liquid in a cylinder.
Yeah,
And
it's
liquid's incompressible, right?
Yeah, but I know where you're going with this. Hydrolocking a motor.
Yeah, that's not
Too
happening.
much overlap in camshafts.
Okay, that makes sense.
So you would have to not ignite it at all,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then have no overlap. And anything that makes any power has a shitload of overlap,
There you go.
right?
So you're just you get to a point where we'll just spit the fuel out the exhaust.
Oh yeah, alcohol cars will literally, if you're in the on the drag strip-
Jesus Christ, that makes so much fucking sense now. I didn't even think about overlap.
yeah, oh yeah.
I figured there was at least a stimulated point where the cylinder pressure would be ridiculous.
Fuel comes
Oh,
out
I'm
the
sure.
exhaust, you said?
Yeah.
I'm sure that is.
But imagine the dynamic cylinder pressure of a car like that. It must be all over the place.
Oh yeah. So like if you're in the burnout box when an alcohol car does a burnout, you get hit in the face with alcohol.
By alcohol, you mean methanol.
Methanol. Yeah. I don't know why that's a thing.
Because
They call it alcohol?
Yeah, they call the
I was gonna
industry
ask that.
calls methanol alcohol.
yeah.
I don't know why.
I mean anything
It's
with
like a slang.
anything with like an OH
All.
molecule attached to it is just all.
It's alcohol.
Alcohol.
I don't know why.
Yeah. So methyl and ethyl is just there's another carbon. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's the difference between methyl and ethyl. Boom. One more carbon.
That's all it is.
That's it. Only difference.
Methanol's the answer to everything. If you want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it seems like a compromise
It is.
because it's like take everything that all the downfalls of running ethanol, you quadruple it
Oh, it's awful.
because like it seems like it eats everything. You can't let it
Yeah.
sit.
Yeah.
You need what's the burn rate compared to pump? Because ethanol is like 30%. What's methanol?
90.
Okay, so it's almost double double fuel needed.
Yep.
So that means you double the pump, double the injector, and it gets in your oil quite easily,
No, it's
right?
more than double.
Well, you said 90%, which is a little less than double. 100% would be double.
Yeah.
So a drag race, what do they fill their tank up with? A full tank or
Well, I mean, they have like 5-gallon cells.
5 gallons?
Yeah, because you want to not waste the weight on carrying fuel for no reason.
Right.
Gotcha.
And when you run methanol, the pumps are so big that they run off the crankshaft, and
It's a mechanical pump.
it's a mechanical pump, and they don't really like to suck from like far away from like a tank in the back.
Yeah,
So you put the cell up front.
right there.
Yeah, you'll just see a little.
Right.
Because I remember one time, the first time I've ever seen like a street car get tuned on methanol was when Jamie was doing Tommy's K-Swap Civic, right? Because we switched it to ethanol and it wasn't making enough power that no one was happy with it because I think his exhaust was so fucked up. But
Right.
Jamie was like, well, if you need more power tonight, we could put on methanol. And we're just like, what? And it had just enough injector, just enough pump. Because it was an NA 4-cylinder, so it was already overspec'd. But put on methanol, it made like 25 wheel horse more.
Oh yeah.
Just putting it in, right?
Yep.
With this same set, which is a lot of power when the car was only making like 225.
Yeah.
And so like Jamie was like, okay, this will do it, but you got to change your oil halfway through the day at the track day. You got to like drain your tank at the end of the day, like crazy.
Yeah,
lot of
it's
maintenance
rough
with
on
it.
stuff.
Too bad because it sounds so sick to use. I'd love to put some methanol.
It's cool, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
It really takes like street car stuff and then turns it into race car stuff.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because you're only making it really plausible for that short.
Right. And you can blow shit up so fast on alcohol. It's not even funny.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. If it goes lean, it also like it's funny. There's this whole like saying that methanol has a huge tuning window, right?
Because of because it doesn't detonate, right?
Right.
So that just throws that era out. But
So what they're saying is like you can be, let's say, a motor wants the ideal fuel ratio is 4-to-1 on methanol, right?
so that range.
Richer.
Holy fuck.
They're saying from 4 to 3.5, which is an absurd difference.
How do you measure that?
What do you mean?
A wideband will pick up 4-to-1.
Certain ones.
Certain ones, okay.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So like you won't really lose any power by overfueling it like you would on gasoline or ethanol.
Yeah.
Until it starts to misfire because you don't have enough
To
ignition
ignite it,
system to ignite it. What people don't tell you is that if you go a little bit lean, it'll just blow up.
Really?
Yeah. So it's got a huge tuning window on the rich side.
Very unforgiving on the lean side.
Very unforgiving on the lean side, which is why
That's so scary.
you just run them as rich as you can.
Yeah, and then you slowly pull back.
Right.
Which is nuts because especially when these pulls happen in 3 seconds, you can't lift fast.
Oh no, I've melted shit.
Well, it's part of the process.
Part of the process.
Says it with pride. Looks away.
I mean, it's like it's funny though because
Everybody
I
makes
feel like
mistakes,
when
Stevie.
you
Don't bring me your
first
shit if you're scared. You know what I mean?
well,
bring
here's the thing, like when you first get into tuning, it seems like it's like you're very scared to blow shit up, right? Everyone's like, oh, nervous, blow shit up, and then like you get to the point you've been tuning for so long, it's like it's things blowing up isn't as big of a gray area as it might seem.
No, I mean, so like you do it long enough, you've seen enough stuff, right? Like, I don't have all the answers, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But like, I know I'm pretty good at what I do, right? And when shit blows up, like, very rarely have I blown somebody's shit up.
I've only ever seen you blow one car up, and it was because you were assuming something.
That's usually what it is.
Which is because there's a lot of things that there's a lot of check boxes. I think that you had a misconversation with one guy, and you were assumed one thing wrong, and
It happens.
it happens. Yeah,
Right? So like,
it's the only time I've ever seen you blow.
very rarely is it something like that I made a mistake and blew your shit up.
Actually, the only time I've ever seen engines blow up is when you're like, "Hey, this is max out," and they're like, "Turn it up."
That's
Yeah,
And honestly, I've only had a couple cars die like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. If they make it past like the first 2 pulls, they will usually do anything that you want them to do. And I'm talking like yesterday, that car that made 1,800, the first pull made 1,300. And that sounds like a lot, but relative to the combo, it's not.
Yeah.
Right? 1,300, like this motor's like, oh, are we running right now? Cool. You know what I mean? So like once it made 1,300, we pull the spark plugs out of it. Everything's good. I'm like, I literally I went to the customer. I said, how much do you want to make today?
And I always ask that.
And he said 1,800. I said, let's go. Put the spark plugs back in it.
That was the number.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So it went from 13 to 16 to 18 out of there.
Love that.
Yeah.
Boom. Give me your money.
Yep. See ya. But like most of the time, I had one last week blow up on me, and it's funny because I'm so numb to it.
I know.
Right? Like I've done this, and this was like a 78 mil. It was like the sloppy mechanics like
Combo
build, right?
Yeah.
So it was like, and I've done a trillion of them, and I fucking hate them. Don't bring me those piles of shit, right? But like I've done a trillion of them.
Mm-hmm.
I know what they want, right? So I put a base tune in it, which are always conservative.
Yeah.
So not only like
It's like the junkyard motor, Hellcat pump, eBay turbo.
nailed it,
Yeah.
nailing it. You're nailing it, right? And like
Decapped injectors, like just
nailing it, 100%, right? So like I have my tune that I know it's probably going to end up at, and I'll still pull 3 degrees out of it, right? So I do that. It blows up on the 4th hit, and I'm so immune to it. I'm like, I know I just didn't blow this fucking thing up.
Yeah.
Like something happened
Yeah.
inside the motor.
you're putting a lot of stress on old stuff
Right.
that wasn't meant
like
for this.
I didn't melt a piston
Yeah.
or bend a connecting rod or something.
It's-
Like
yeah.
something came apart.
It's mechanics.
and so I make the pull. I hear it. Oh,
That's enough here, boys.
Yep, shut it down. The kid comes over. I said, yeah, we just blew this thing up. Like as I'm like shutting my laptop, like it's not
I've
even a
seen
big
it,
deal
yeah,
to me.
just-
I'm just like, yeah, this thing just blew up. So like, you know, and I'm unplugging my shit, like getting out of the car. He's just like, what? And I'm like, what do you mean what? He's like, it just blew up? I was like, yeah, this thing's smoke, dude. You know what I mean? And then it like dawned on me, like, this kid he doesn't live this life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm not talking shit on this kid. This kid
No,
he
for
was-
sure.
He
for
was
sure.
a man. He was
but,
awesome.
But it's kind of bringing back to the whole throw bearing stuff. Like,
Right.
like I do this, and so I'm laughing at this. It's part of it. Like I wasn't pissed about it. But if this is your first time,
It's
you're
a big
like,
deal.
this is fucking why?
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck you feel
Right.
betrayed?
Yes.
Yeah, you feel betrayed by your mech.
Right.
It's
How does
nuts.
that work for the customer? Do they still got to cough it up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
hell yeah. All right. I love that. I was just
Yeah.
wondering.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's not his fault. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
took my time and my fingers.
Yeah.
It's a non-refundable deposit.
For sure. Love that.
Yeah,
Pay me, leave.
I had to explain to him. I was, basically what I just said to you guys right here. Like, listen, man. Like, I don't advertise, right? So, like, you already know who I am. You're already confident with my skill set. You brought it to me for a reason. And it's not smoke and mirrors. Like, I am pretty good at this shit.
Yeah,
Right? Knock on wood. I'm not trying to jinx myself, but, like, I
Do your
take
thing. Yeah.
I take my time.
Pretty
like,
long resume.
Pretty long resume, with a good amount of success. And I don't do 3 cars a day. I do 1 car a day.
Yeah.
So we could take our time and do it. Right.
I've seen a lot of 3 cars in one day tuners.
I've done 3 cars in a day, and it's awful.
Awful.
And you cannot do your job well. I don't give a fuck who you are.
You can't do it to the fullest for sure.
You cannot.
Quality
I
over
cannot.
quantity.
I cannot. So, I just had to explain to him the deal. And realistically, so moral of the story, he bought this truck already built. It was never tuned.
Yeah, that.
He took delivery of it and brought it to me, which was the right thing for him to do.
Yeah, for sure. Instead of doing
know what I mean?
pulls on a base map,
Right.
which people do.
Right. And it had a boost controller issue. It was making way too much boost, which I told him. I said, dude, we got to figure this out. And we tried figuring it out, and we couldn't figure it out before it blew up. Had like a stuck wastegate or something.
Ouch. Stock
Yeah.
ECU?
No, it was on Holly,
No.
Kind of truck was it?
an S10.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Like an older one, like a 90s
Yeah,
one?
square.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Those
cool.
ones are sick.
And it was like
Late
a real
80s, early 90s.
It was funny because it was a real pile of shit on the outside, but it was actually pretty nice overall.
Yeah.
Like clean frame, nice engine bay.
yeah,
like,
just
it-
probably sat outside for way too long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It had like 250K on it, but it was from Texas, so it was like no rust.
No rust. Yeah.
Just sun faded.
Yeah.
It was cool.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Like that generation a lot.
So be it.
Yeah, I feel bad for
200 for your story.
you. Thank you. I mean, I feel like that's pretty light, but okay.
Damn. All right,
Get
let me-
back with me later. you
No,
know.
that's good. That's
Run a
good.
tight ship
Stevie
over
was saying
here.
it was good, but it wasn't that good.
What was a great story worth?
That was, that was good.
G-Bar.
G-Bar?
Oh wow, so we're on the bottom.
I thought that was a good story. You give him like 500 on top of that. Yeah.
Here's some pity hundreds.
7.
Imagine like if we were like Mr. Beast, but of just scumbaggery. Yeah.
Good story.
You look fucking. You look good. Yeah, good story. Here's $1.
You got a story.
I would love to get to that thing on YouTube where I could just like plug my friends. Like,
I think that's so cringe.
Yeah.
I went
What?
on like a binge
giving
for
money?
Mr. Beast, and I thought every moment that I watched was cringe.
yeah, but you still watch it.
Yeah, you're right. I did.
That's what I'm saying.
Got him.
It'd be a cool.
Trust me,
it'd
it's
be a cool
weird.
era.
It's weird, but it's like
He crushes it, huh?
he's good.
Or Steve will do it.
Steve
era.
will
We
do
just
it.
like-
He just pulls up. He goes, "You look poor. Here's $100,000."
You ever seen
You're like
that-
he's just Steve will do it
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, he's
You ever
nuts.
seen the interviews with him? Like 99% of what he makes goes back into his channel.
Mr.
believe
Beast.
that.
Yeah,
Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
Well,
It's
you could
insane.
tell he's not a money driven person.
No, he's not.
You know, like
He's not.
some people.
He seems like a decent dude. He seems,
seems like a really good guy.
He just has a formula really figured out.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And I've seen like Mr. Beast screwed me videos, and it's just like his team having miscommunications and people just like trying to like make a buck, trying to like screw over like a big name.
Right.
Which is like, as another influence, I like feel bad for him because it's like I'll see these things on TikTok and they're like Mr. Beast, and it's like, no, that was just a miscommunication. He's not a bad guy. You know what I mean? But whatever. All right. So back to the Patreon stuff. Any new shop plans, moving updates, new equipment? So I feel like one of the biggest one we talked about earlier with Swoon and stuff.
Yeah.
I want to get two more lifts. Like I know that sounds crazy, but I have a lot of cars and I don't want to sell
We need to free up the floor
many
space.
more of them. And I don't know if it's wrong of me. Sometimes I feel bad for owning so many cars. Is that weird?
No,
Now look at Jay Leno.
But like it's weird. Like people make me feel bad for owning so many cars, and
I
like
wouldn't sell a single.
I'm trying to
one.
own more.
That's called jealousy.
it's just I don't know. So like
Facts.
I'll come in my shop and see all my cars and I'll feel guilty. It's like the weirdest thing ever. But whatever. So I need one more storage lift at least.
Minimum one more
And I
storage
want
lift.
another working lift because I have the square footage. Why not use it?
You need it for Spoon now.
You really only have one working left.
Yeah, because so I have one storage lift, which is the Kooky is on. Then we have a long-term project lift, which is the S15, and then we have a short-term project lift, which is where the coupe is. But
Two short terms.
I need two short terms essentially, like one waiting for parts short term and one active, like
What about the ones by the door with the 180s on them?
storage. That's storage.
The storage,
That's storage.
storage.
Yeah. So I would love another storage lift, another working lift.
Yeah.
So that
Jimmy considers the
Like
other
more of those.
2-post lift a storage lift because those cars just sit
yeah.
there.
So I'll probably get, I don't know, the 2-posts are dope because we got those Grand Prix ones, which actually puts the piston up top and it allows the uprights to be skinny. So their footprint is very small. Because if you guys have a lift before, have seen lifts, the uprights, the columns are usually really thick because there's a hydraulic piston inside of them that has the house. Where Grand Prix does this weird thing where they put the piston up top, which is a huge pain in the ass to set up, but it makes for a very small footprint.
That's cool.
Which is dope, which you've seen. So you could put the lifts real close to each other, blah blah. And it's nice.
We need lifts and a loft. We need another loft.
I got all, and I would love to get a hub dyno. It's just so much money for like something I don't use. It's hard because I don't make money off of my dyno.
Yeah.
I could, but tuning customer cars is such a headache for me that it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It
You got
would
to be,
interfere with too much stuff.
bro. There was so much when I tried doing customer cars. There was so much drama that it was so not worth it.
The only thing that you could do is like only tune higher caliber cars.
And so I was doing cars that I knew were going to be quick because they were built well. Because a well put together car is fast.
They're fun to tune.
They're fun to tune because you get to get the reaction, the change, whatever. And you know, whatever. Sometimes some people
You're like, let me play with the VVT. Oh, look, we picked up 20 foot-pounds of torque.
this is sick. You
This
know,
is so cool.
like the Chaser, such a pleasure to
Yeah.
tune. And you know, I get it. Some setups, things just happen. Like I'll put together a car. I'm gonna toot my own horn. I do everything fucking right. And every once in a while,
You're
I
full
do.
of shit.
Fuck you. Look at my
There's
car.
not a car out there that has the ECU bolted where it's supposed to be bolted.
I'm talking about my engine bay, you cocksucker. I do everything prime. Okay, I'm proud of myself. Whatever, fuck it. Yeah, give me $100. Give me $100. No, I'm kidding.
No, you owe us 100, Jimmy.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I take pride in whatever. I'm gonna toot my own horn. I never toot my own horn. I'm tooting right now. Boom. And mechanic things happen, so whatever. But I picked like either close friends because friends come first, and then or cars that I knew of and being in the right combo to make it worth my time.
Right.
And it started so much drama between people thinking that like they weren't cool enough for me to tune their car and shit like that fucking matters.
Oh, tell them that's true. if
Or your car isn't
and
cool
hear me
enough.
out. Hear me out. If they think that's the case,
Yeah.
let them think that's the case.
That's so weird.
Yeah, fuck them to death, dude.
He's right though on that.
100%.
I
Let
don't
them
know. To
And
me,
when they
that's such
say
a-
it to you, just be like, "Yeah, dude, that's entirely why I'm not tuning your car. You're
my
just
God.
not cool enough." How many followers you got?
oh my god.
Okay, yeah, I can't do it.
The idea that makes me want to like.
That's not the actual case.
Yeah,
but
I know.
I'm telling you, if there's people that consider you a friend and are thinking like that,
But
That's
even-
not your friend.
Not
That's
even
not your-
not
not
even
your
friends.
friend.
It's just people. But there's like, so much drama on the internet from like, oh, like I'm not Jimmy's too fucking like famous to tune my car. And so, no, motherfucker, I'm just busy. I would love to tune your car. I just can't. Like,
listen, what people and I don't know if I should even say this, but this is a motherfucking business.
People don't get that.
This is a fucking goddamn empire, right? Like nobody gives a shit about your fucking NA Miata. Nobody on YouTube. It's not going to create any content for you guys. Fuck off. Right?
you know, yeah, people do have a weird concept where they think that like I'm gonna film their stuff and whatever. I don't
They're
know.
doing
It's just weird.
they're doing us a favor.
Yeah, but they're not.
I suggested once a month, Sunday morning cartoons. We take 10 people once a month just for a
He's,
baseline.
he's
just
thinking
a
about
poll.
Dino Days.
Dino Day. Just
Dino Days
10
would be
people
cool.
once a month.
But even like Dino Days, me and Kenny did a couple of them together, which were pretty successful. Even that made drama so weird.
Yeah.
It did?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but I like
What's
we,
the drama
we
is
like
people-
we have our own world because we pick who we're very selective with who we pick, you know, because we understand that like whatever we've had enough life experience to know like whatever. So there's not really much drama ever.
Right.
Here we're very straightforward with each other. I forget that drama exists sometimes because we're so whatever. We have our ups and downs,
yeah.
but like I forget that drama exists. So when drama happens, I'm just like, what the fuck is this? This
Yeah,
sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
It sucks. It's like why? Like why? This is a waste of time, you know? Like because you know how like we are. We're just like let's fix this and move on.
Yeah.
And then like whatever. So drama is weird.
I do like that idea though.
Yeah.
The like Dino Days.
We
Not
talked about it with
No, it
just
would be
doing
cool.
it doing
It
it,
would be cool.
select where we would like
Because
we
it
would
would be
open
cool
a
because, like-
drawing for it or something.
The local guys could come by, see the shop, put their car in the dyno. It'd be cool.
Just
Would
to
be
get
cool.
it, just
That
to get a
would be really
baseline,
dope.
3 polls,
Yeah.
whatever it was. If it's
Come
like
hang
$150
out.
bucks a car,
Yeah.
just make like a day out of it. People could buy merch.
Oh, you could probably get a
But
food
make
truck
it-
down here. They
but
could crush
we
it.
would make it really, really like controlled, where like we'd only allow like 10 to 20 cars to come in for the whole day.
Yeah, 20 is a lot.
It is a lot.
I think we did like
When you did the one with Kenny,
like
that
40
was
something.
You did it like from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
it was crazy.
That's a
Ass
lot.
was
Yeah,
kicked.
you guys tune 40 cars?
No, it just baseline. So you
Baseline,
do. So you do.
okay.
You get 3 pulls, but realistically, you should only be 2 pulls. The third pull never makes more power.
Yeah.
Right.
The second pull, for some reason, always makes like a little bit more power. It's like heat got in it, whatever. And then the third pull, you usually lose a little bit of power, or it's like dead nuts with the second pull
Right.
every time. We do 2 pulls. I'd be like, "You really want to do the third pull?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, I want to do the fucking third pull."
Those were ideas we had when we were trying to figure out how to pay for the dyno, and then we did, so we were good.
Yeah. So, but I would love tuning. I had so much fun. Like when I had that moment of where I had enough like kind of free time to tune cars, where I like there was like 6 months where I was tuning.
Yeah,
mad
you
fucking
were.
good.
Yeah,
That's
you
why I was able to learn so fast. It was just like
Right.
having you and Jamie as a resource and whatever, and access to dynos, and then just tuning mad fucking cars. That there were a lot of them were really shitty, which made me learn really fast.
That's why when you bought the 180 and I came into work and your car wasn't there, but the 180 was there, it was a vehicle I didn't recognize. I walked in the office. I remember I went, "Whose car are you tuning?" And you were like, "No one's." Like, "Whose car is outside?" "Oh, that's mine." And I was like,
Cop that.
"Excuse me?"
Cash.
Yeah. So if people just DM me, I'm just like, go talk to Derek, and then Derek's like, I can't fucking do it.
I always, if someone wants to get tuned,
Yeah.
they get forward to you. And if someone wants work done, they
I
get
go
forward to
with a
Stay
spoon
Gold.
or Stay Gold or spoon.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially mechanical. I send everyone the Stay Gold.
And a lot of the time,
Yeah.
for it's just like, "Hey man, I can't get like my injectors to work." Be like, "Stay Gold."
Literally, I hope they get
I
a lot
need
of
an
business from
alignment.
me because
Stay Gold.
I
They must.
'Cause
they're busy.
yeah,
yeah.
and I tell everyone to go Stay Gold.
It's hard for me to get a hold of Alex sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's fucking crazy.
Because he's too fucking cool for us. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, fuck Alex.
Yeah, fuck Alex.
No, but
Just start
for,
like
you know,
internet beef with Stay Gold.
because I've known
He would
Alex.
love that.
He would
Oh,
love it.
He would
love
eat it
that.
up.
He'd be so good
Yeah,
at
just
it too.
rip the.
He'd be so good.
He'd be
Let me
so
tell you
good
something.
Do an
There's
Instagram
one
story with
human
that right
being
now.
I would not want to get into an internet argument with, and it's fucking Alex.
yeah, he would win no matter
Dude,
what.
he would win.
He would win.
He would win
He's got his ducks in a row all the time.
all the time.
He's a
Dude,
dangerous human.
He comes correct.
Yeah, he
Yes,
does.
for sure.
He comes correct and he does that fast. Like he gets there quick.
He's a smart kid.
Yeah.
They have my E30 right now. How funny is that?
Well, you might want to edit this out until you get it back.
Yeah, right. Man.
Did Alex he's on here? Did he put a question?
No, this is for patrons. Alex, not for
Yeah, he's
Patreon.
on the Patreon.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he signed up for it so
Yeah.
he could listen to
So he
his,
could
and then he never turned it off.
He definitely did. Like, fuck Jimmy.
He
you
probably
got
forgot that it's
$5,
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a part of it.
You are too?
Yeah.
I love that. Man, there's
so good.
there's a lot of questions here. I was trying to do the ones that just had multiple likes just because, like, bang for the buck. Because we have some, whatever. So this one, we need a Chris Rudnick podcast for the missed weeks. I know, bro.
Stevie and I
working
have
on
it
it.
in the works. We
I've
figured
been
it out.
working on it. Yeah, I got a little consultation with him that we've agreed to, and we might in return get a podcast.
We have blackmail.
We figured out the
Yeah.
sweet spot.
And we have blackmail
We have
if he wants
sweet-
to play that game.
We have sweet blackmail. We might have to use that.
This has been figured out from multiple
Speaking
angles.
of Rudnick, he had reached out to me to tune his, I don't know what car, but it was on stock ECU. And I was very busy when I was talking to him, and I was very short with him. And I like Rudnick,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rudnick's
that's good.
but I probably came across like "go fuck yourself," and I did not mean to come across like that.
Did you correct yourself later or anything?
No,
or
no,
just-
never.
I love that.
I
for
never
you
go
for,
back.
I love that for you for the brand of Derek Burton.
I never go back.
Did you expect
Go
this?
fuck
Well,
yourself.
he-
is your brand.
He was like, "Hey, it's Chris Rudnick. I saw that you tuned Grant's car.
Who are
I
you?"
have a
That's what you
very,
said.
I have a very similar setup." And I'm like, "I don't tune stock ECUs." And he's like, "Grant's car's a stock ECU." I was like, "Yeah, but Grant's like a good friend of mine." It was like something like that. And I was like, and then like later I'm thinking about it, I'm like, "Wow, I really came across like a piece of shit."
Now you
there.
got to own it. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
No, I don't mind. I'll own it.
Yeah.
I said it.
Just message back, be like, Grant said you were okay, so because
Yeah,
Grant said it.
Grant
I'll
said you
tune
were
your
valid.
car.
Yeah.
Well,
Steve
Grant
said you were okay.
Grant was like, he doesn't tune stock ECUs, but you can try to hit him up. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, that's what I always say too. I'm like, Derek probably won't, but
No.
maybe hit
Give
him
it a
up because he
try.
might be hungry.
If things slow down
When that baby
a lot,
comes out, he'll be tuning stock
right.
ECUs.
Hey, I'll be doing 3 cars a day, stock
Stock
ECUs.
ECUs, yeah.
You have one issue on the dyno, get it out of here, pay me in full, see you later.
And then Miatas.
And Amy honest.
And to be honest, pay the bills.
Hell yeah, they do.
Pay for the kids' college.
Yeah. Miatas make my world go round. I actually haven't done a lot in a long time.
No?
Yeah, it's been a while since I pulled up and you were ahead of me out of it.
I did one last week. It was like an 07 or something.
Really? NC?
Wow.
Yeah,
sweet?
NC.
That's sick.
No, it was a pile of shit, but it was cool. It was cool.
Enjoyed yourself.
Yeah.
Was it boosted?
Yep.
NAT?
I don't know what that means.
They turboed the NA engine?
Yeah, I didn't realize they ever came turbo.
Did they?
I don't know if the
I don't know.
NCs did, but
It's weird because like it's funny because when I think of NAs and NBs, turbo and the NA engine just always the thing to do because they hold it like decently.
Oh no, it was an NC engine.
That's cool. It's funny to hear the next generation finally getting fucked with.
Yeah, it made like
Yeah.
I think it made like 370 or something.
What?
wow.
Yeah.
I never see NCs at car shows.
What-
either,
what made you
no
say they
lower,
were-
no wheels, no nothing.
Okay. This one is a good question though. Okay, this is your first time tuning that engine, probably, right? Was it on a tuner studio?
No, it was on an ECU I'd never done before, and I was fucking mad because this kid reached out to me, and he's like, "Hey, it's on this whatever ECU, something ME, like Motorsports Electronics from England, right?"
Oh boy.
And he hits me up, and I'm like, look, dude, like it would take me too long to learn it. It's not worth it for me. Good luck with it. Then he hits me back months later. He's like, dude, I'm up against the wall. I'm like, fuck. All right, fine, I'll do it. And he brings it to me last week when it was 400 degrees out, and I couldn't get my laptop to connect.
Oh man.
And one of my he showed up with a kid that I'm friends with.
Yeah.
And the kid was chirping me, and I'm like, Ben, I fucking swear to God, you're one word away from me getting this fucking car out of my shop.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, if you speak one more time, I'm going home.
When you can't get
talking.
when you can't get the computer to connect, you're already punching the air. I don't care if you're in
so
72 degree weather on a nice breezy day.
Oh,
That was us with my car. Couldn't get it to connect.
that was because of Jimmy.
Yeah, that was my fault.
$2,000. That was a good story.
So okay, so new setup, and you know it's a turbo NA engine, which is already risky. What made you
Let's
say
stop. When you say NA engine,
Yeah.
because there's NA Miatas, like the
an
model.
NA
Chassis code.
naturally
I'm just
aspirated? Sorry. So it's a naturally aspirated engine.
I'm asking a question now.
Yeah.
NA is a model of a Miata.
It's
It
a
is.
chassis.
and then
version.
NB and then NC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
My bad. And then I said sorry. And a naturally aspirated engine. That's one threw a turbo on.
Mm-hmm.
What made you say, "Hey, we're good for 370"?
I didn't.
Oh, you
I
just.
didn't. I just ran it on wastegate.
Oh wow, made that much on gate.
Mm-hmm.
And at any point were you just like, "Hey, this"?
So the kid Ben that was with the car, I was like, "What's this?" Because I know NAs,
Yeah.
right? And
NAs
I'm
and
like,
NBs. Yeah.
I'm like, this thing would be fucking smoked right now if it made 370.
That
if it was
piston
a-
would,
you know
or
what I
the
mean?
rod. Yeah.
I was like, what are these things good for? He goes, they'll make 400 all day. And I'm like, all right. I was like, what do you guys want to do? And he's like, leave it there. And I'm like, all right, nailed it. See ya.
Sweet.
That's sick.
Yeah. Came out good. He actually hit me back later and I appreciated it. He's like, the thing drives mint. He's like, it starts mint, drives mint, idles mint, makes a ton of power. He's like, thank you so much.
That car must feel so sick at 370.
Dude, it probably does feel gnarly.
If only it looked cool.
364, I think it made something
I
like
don't
that.
think the NC generation looks bad. Just nobody does anything with them. So
No,
you don't
it looked
know.
good. It was a good looking car.
Yeah?
Was it? Yeah.
I think that I've only seen a handful.
Now
that
I
have
wanna
anything
boost
done to
one.
them.
Dude, it made jam.
Do it.
Can we do one?
100%.
Why? Do we need an excuse to? I just want to do it.
No.
Here's the new territory.
What's the right hand drive deal that Steph has?
NB.
Oh,
Yeah. That
That's a cool
car
car.
is slept on.
that car is really cool.
It's really. She doesn't know how cool it is. I tell her all the time. I'm like, Steph, you know
I
how
didn't.
cool?
I didn't sleep on that car.
No, it's fucking perfect.
From day one, I thought that car was cool.
It's so sick. I'm like, you know how cool? It's just
Did
sitting
you tune
outside.
it? You tuned it?
Yeah, it needs a retune, but
The color and everything, it's
it's
awesome.
the nicest car. Low
I
miles.
would love to put my wife in that car.
I did.
You know what I mean?
And it just sits outside.
I fully get it.
Yeah.
I fully get it. Thing's sick, dude.
It's yeah.
Like I would never drive it, but I would love for my wife to like really like it.
That was me.
Yep. Sick. Nailed it.
But I get it. She has like a really nice car, and she just wants to. She's like me. When would she drive it? She drives it around town every once in a while.
Yeah, she enjoys it.
But I just can't wait till she could park it in a garage.
Yeah.
That fucking car needs to not be outside.
Yeah.
It is way too nice. Okay. Can we do an ND Miata? I don't know. Or NC? That just sounds sick. 270 horsepower, NAT.
370.
370.
370, whatever I said. 370.
NC sounds sick.
We'll put a link on it.
Let's do it.
Here's the money. Go get it.
Thank you. Thanks, Steve. How much are NCs? Let's Google this right now. Marketplace.
NC Miata. It's happening right in front
What
of
kind of turbo kit was it?
I have no idea. I'm not even sure I looked at the engine bay.
We need answers. Let's see.
The answers are these animal crackers.
Hey, Sammy, how much are NC Miatas? Yeah.
Yeah,
What year is that? 2000?
Probably 2007, right?
2000?
I think.
Isn't that new?
Like, there's one.
Oh, NC. Those are the ones that no one likes, but I do like. I did look into that.
They're
16 grand.
13.
They're that much money?
14.
New car.
62,000 miles in New Jersey. 14.
Oh, this one's $6,000. Why is this $6,000? Because it's
Wow,
auto.
that was-
Wow, auto ones are so much. They're like,
They were made 06 to 2015.
wow, it's a big generation. Those weird front fender flares.
They're kind of weird looking.
Yeah, you don't see them, right?
Yeah, because they're weird looking.
One with an 09 with 84,000 is 12 grand.
They're that much money. That's crazy. Auto ones are half the price.
Or an 07 with 172 for 10 grand.
You're going to need a couple more dollars.
Stevie,
couple more
give me
beans.
that money.
This is plausible.
Give me that money. Ooh. This one's nice. Auto half the price. Fuck.
Yeah, fuck swapping that thing, right?
I just want to see what one, like the fact that you could just slap a turbo on it, make that much. I love turbo NA engines if it isn't apparent. It's like, it feels like free horsepower almost. I don't know what it is. It's just sick.
It's
you
free real estate.
You could, I mean, obviously it costs a lot of money in turbo NA engine, but like you gain so much horsepower so rapidly. It's such a dope feeling to, I don't know. When you drive a car NA, you slap a turbo on it, you make all this power. It's just such a cool feeling.
My Miata going from 88 wheel horsepower to 220 was dope because it was fun either way. I have to leave.
Okay.
It's Mom's birthday.
Good riddance.
Thanks.
Happy birthday, May.
Derek, go fuck yourself.
Sammy, take a seat. We're gonna end it.
Whose
We're gonna end in a
birthday
few
Tell
minutes. but
Franny I said happy birthday.
I will tell Franny that you said happy birthday. She'll be excited.
14 grand for an 07? These things really are that much money?
Jimmy, what car are you taking home tonight?
That's 15.
All right, I'm taking the white Corolla because I got to go grocery shopping in the morning.
Okay.
The amount of stuff that I gotta buy for these heads here, I can't fit in the bug.
Can you get some fucking waters?
Oh, I'm growing groceries.
I
No,
gotta
I'm
buy
kidding.
waters, drinks. I gotta buy Stevie like 16 bags of chicken nuggets.
Steve.
Jesus, dude.
Holy shit.
They just go bad if they're in there. Nobody
They
eats
don't
them.
go bad. They're frozen.
Oh, I eat them.
Propel.
Yeah, we know you eat them.
Propel, please.
I do a good job at eating chicken nuggets.
I
All right,
love
guys.
Propel.
Wow.
When's the last time you had a Propel? If you haven't had a Propel in a long time, go to the gas station right now, buy a Propel.
Filled with antioxidants.
Nipple tip only.
Nip tip.
Yeah.
Tastes better.
It's got a nice.
Buy the man what he wants.
I'm not saying this so I can't bring the bug.
RJ, you want to be a lad? You
Want that refill?
would you do that for me, or is that like? Thank you, bro. I appreciate that for real.
Be at West Marion.
That was gangster. Gangster.
Wow, this one has a hard top. It's only
Jimmy's live on his podcast shopping for a Miata.
Oh, this is live.
Well, not live, but
Live. It's
that's not a bad
let's put a
deal.
nice little beat on in the back for him while he shops for him.
Would it be?
I think you should. I think you should get one.
I just want to turbo it, drive it once, and then get rid of it. I don't know why.
There.
You're not getting rid of shit, dude.
It's an NC Miata, Derek.
You're not getting rid of
They're
shit.
fire.
dude.
Have you actually like looked at like done pictures of them?
No,
You're not
Fire.
getting rid of
Look
shit.
at one like kitted. You saying like
Good.
I love NBs. Look at this, beautiful NBs are so pretty. Imagine owning one.
And
oh wait,
C though.
2000 Miata.
no,
What should I type?
No,
in?
2007.
7. That's what I put in now.
No, my dumb ass will blow it up
Slammed.
right away.
That's right. Slam.
I'm stuck with it.
Oh shit. Guys.
What do we have for time here?
We're at an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, we've been talking for a minute now. What's up, RJ? He's back.
Sammy, you're on our.
Thank you, buddy.
Sammy, is this your first time on the? Oh, there's a lot of things going
Okay.
on.
This is just like a little pre.
Sammy, have you ever been on a
Look at it
pod?
on
You haven't been on the
some
podcast
Meisters.
yet.
Not yours.
Look at it on Meisters.
Damn, that's hard.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
Yellow. Called a yellow Miata, eating ciabatta. With Chris Webber, I'm rocking Dadas. Prada, Don Dada.
Girl in the passenger seat because I gotta.
I
Ooh.
got her. I tipped her father after I took her out for spaghetti dinner. She knew I was a winner because I didn't eat chicken dinners, chicken tenders. I fed her French fries. I'm a French guy, but I don't got the French size.
Damn. I know if I start freestyling, I'm going to say some sus thing by accident. It's on
yeah.
the show.
Yeah.
It just falls out.
It falls out, yeah.
Just falls out like RJ and the vagine. My regime is pristine and clean.
Bada bean.
A lot of beans, so I'm a little bit flatulent. It was an accident. I had to vent like a AC that needs servicing. Scam likely on my phone, I'm not answering. Bring Prancer in,
Ooh.
Blitzen,
Mm-hmm.
Dodger and Vixen.
Yep, that's their names.
Different. What's up, guys? Man, this was a nice podcast. Are we? What are we thinking?
Sammy, what's the update with you? Let's hear it.
My update, like life,
Yeah.
mentally, vehicle wise, what do we need?
All of the above.
Mentally, great. We're on a plateau.
That's
That's a
a
good
spot.
thing.
That's a good thing. Yeah. Wait till, yeah. It's only downhill for me.
I got 2 drift cars that I can't drift.
Love that.
Pretty cool, but hey, at least I get to look at them. Got a daily. This is what everybody needs, a daily.
Mhm.
So I can't get mad. I got a dirt bike.
Are you still waiting on coils for the 350Z?
Yes.
How?
I don't know. BC, I need my coils, BC. Please and thank
Didn't
you.
even win the Chaser.
Didn't even win the Chaser.
You want to know what the winner of the Chaser bought to win that?
What?
I don't know if I could disclose this. Yeah, I don't think it's an
You only
issue.
bought one thing.
Yeah. You bought a
Why did you do a giveaway?
Keychain?
No, Adam did.
Adam.
Keychain?
That's the first thing I asked him. I was like, please tell me that guy bought an air freshener and won the fucking Chaser. No, he bought like a, I think it was like one of those like really expensive LED kits, like the really nice ones
Oh,
they use in
nice.
Oh,
FD.
the Type S auto.
Yeah, they're like $170 or something.
Yeah,
so
fair game.
Fair game.
I want to
Fair
get.
game.
I want to get that.
Imagine you buy like a pair of socks.
That's a
boom.
good amount of entries, actually.
Yeah, it's good.
I was probably disqualified because I didn't get coils. You have to actually receive your item to win.
Bullshit.
I'm just kidding.
Imagine.
Coils are like what, a band 1,500 or something?
Like 11.
So that's a lot of entries too.
Yeah, I don't really remember.
Just threw it out there.
Whatever. Till the next one. I think his next giveaway is gonna be pretty cool.
Cool.
That's for your troubles. I'm sorry about that. That was a good story.
Smells like printer paper.
It almost smells like money.
Probably because it's been rubbing in Stevie's hands for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Stevie just got that money hands.
Yeah, I got money hands, baby.
The money dance.
Got money hands. Make them do the money dance.
All right, boys. I think it's about time. I'm gonna go clean the shop up. Hopefully, it's not as muggy out as it was all day. It probably is.
It's worse.
It's worse.
Oh, today's been a rough day. D-Bert, thank you for being on here. I really appreciate it. It's always a lovely time.
Always a good time.
I love your stories. I love hearing about you trying to knock up your wife. It's the sickest thing ever.
I'm gonna go home and do it right now.
Thank you guys for listening, and
story.
we will see you guys very shortly on another episode of the Jimmy Oaks Podcast, brought to you by Talk to Me Stein Studios. And if you made it this whole way through the podcast, I appreciate you immensely. Thank you for being a part of all this and being such a supportive person to the whole community, the Patreon channel, everything. With that, we're gonna end it. Have a fantastic night.
Peace.
See ya.